nut milk. It's so easy and so simple. If you're not already making it at home, you need to be. The benefit of making nut milk at home is a lot of times when you buy it at stores, it has a lot of added like preservatives and stuff like this. So when you make nut milk at home, it's literally just nuts and water. So today we're using cashews. You can also use almonds or really whatever your nut of choice. And the general rule of thumb to remember is 1 part nuts to 3 parts water. So I have measured out here a cup of cashews. You also need a high-speed blender. So I have a Blendtec. You can also use like a Vitamix. If you don't have a really high-speed blender, like if you just have a normal food processor, that totally works. Or a lower, like a normal blender that's not really high speed, that totally works, but just soak your cashews overnight so they're a little bit softer. But if you do have one like a Blendtec or a Vitamix, you don't need to soak overnight. So I'm just pouring 1 cup of cashews in, and I'm going to pour 3 cups of water in. If you want to add a little sweetness, just throw in like 2 dates. You can also add like a little, we like date syrup or a little maple syrup or something like that if you want your milk a little bit sweeter. Today I'm just doing plain. And then we're just gonna mix until it's all blended. See? And that's basically it. So at this point, and let me just show you what this looks like. You can see it's nice and it looks just like normal milk. It's nice and frothy. So this is good to go. So normally you can totally stop here. Normally this is how I drink my nut milk. There is, because all we did was blend it, sometimes there might be like a little bit of, like cashews at the bottom or something like that. It's also a little bit thicker when you don't filter it, but this is my preferred way of drinking it. It's easier. I do have exceptions for when when I do the next step, which that I'm gonna show you, and that's using a nut milk bag to strain what we just did, just to make sure any extra nut pulp is not in it. It really just makes it like really, really smooth. So the only time that I actually strain it and take that extra step for me is when my 1-year-old daughter, I give her nut milk and she drinks it out of a cup with like a really small kind of sippy spout. And sometimes this version without straining it will get a little bit stuck. So that's like a unique purpose for me. Other people have other, maybe your just preferences to strain it. But I'm just gonna show you how to do that if you ever do it. So all you need is a large bowl and a nut milk or a cheesecloth. I think if you Google nut milk cloth or cheesecloth, it's this thing. It's just like a really fine mesh cloth. Either one would work. And you're just gonna pour the milk right onto the cloth. It's gonna strain it. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to just pull up the corners of the cloth and you're gonna milk your nuts. So, that sounds really weird, but you're going to, you get the point. You're going to squeeze, and honestly, it's kind of like probably like milking a cow, but it's kind of weird. But you're squeezing out all the liquid. All the liquid comes out, and then what you're left with is some nut pulp in your cheesecloth. And if you are doing it this way, I encourage you to look for some recipes of what to do with your nut pulp. It looks like this. So you don't have to throw it out. You can use it in things like crackers. There's lots of different ideas for you to use nut pulp and not waste it. But that's how easy it is, and you're ready to drink it. Enjoy. There you have it. That's how you make super easy nut milk. To get the full recipe, just look below in the notes, and we have a link to a blog where we tell you how to make it. And let us know what you think if you end up making your own. Delicious.